Hi, everybody. Welcome to Soultiful. And today we are talking about how to price your virtual services.
Hi, and welcome to Soultiful.
It's the simple things in life.
If people could see us while the intro was going on, we sing that like with so much
Every single time.
passion.
Every single time. Every single time.
Like I feel like I'm singing a worship song or something at church. Like it's so much.
Every trip. It's the simple
Simple
things
things
in
in
life.
life. That's so funny.
Yes. Welcome to Soultiful, y'all. My name is Latoya.
And I'm Toya.
And today we are talking about getting your prices together. We talking about money,
Honey.
coin. Yes.
Yes, we are.
So you know what we first talk about though? We talk about our week.
Yeah, we say what you working on? What you working on? So
Yes.
what you working on,
What am I
sis?
working on? What am I working on? I'm working on a lot. Let me think. This always throws me off. So it's Tuesday, and I ain't been doing nothing but working at my state job. I feel so behind in working with my business stuff, but I have been present on calls today. So we had some discovery calls today, and they were absolutely amazing. I like when we learn something new because we learned some things today in one of our discovery calls today, and I like when the client and we're partnering with this particular client, and I like when it's that yin yang situation where they know a little something, we know a little something, and we can both know a little something together. You know what I mean? So I really, really like that.
Awesome. I love that you said that because I think for me early in the game, I felt like, man, I don't know a lot. I don't know a lot. But like literally, you know something and you're an expert at something that somebody isn't because that's not what they're focusing on. They're focusing on something else. So I agree with you, Toya. I really enjoyed the call that we had today together because I learned some stuff, and I'm looking forward to the partnership for the collaboration where we can serve people on a mass scale, doing some pretty awesome things. So, yeah, I'm with you. So, what I had going on today, y'all, I had an event. I had an event where we were celebrating some women who've done some amazing things down in South Florida during COVID, during this the pandemic. So we had a virtual event today, so that was pretty cool. So that's what I've been working on. That's what I've been doing all day long. So that's about it. So we would love to know what you working on. And I did say you. What you working on? We want to know. Okay, sis.
What
Okay, bruh.
you working on?
We want to know what you working on because it's exciting. I love learning about all the different stuff we all got going on. So let us
We
know.
obviously working on our ebonics. That's what we are working on. Our ebonics.
And I ain't messed up with it.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. So also let us know where you coming from. We see y'all here. Thank you for joining us.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey.
let us know where you coming from. Like where you at? Are you in Antarctica? Like where you at? Where you at?
I mean, we can reach it.
I mean, but Toya, why did it snow in March? Why did it snow the other day?
Disrespectful. That's what this weather is. Disrespectful. All of the snow was just, it was too much. It was too much. Mother Nature, what are we doing?
I
What are
don't
we doing?
know. I don't know. So thank you, Mama Dorothy. So good to see you. We're
Hey,
so glad to see you.
mama. Mwah, love
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Oh, she's on the west side of
Okay.
Chicago.
Yes, she is.
Awesome. What you working on, Mama Dorothy? We want to know. We want to know.
Yes.
Who knows? We may be able to collaborate or something. What you working on? Yeah, let us know. Awesome.
So let's get down to business. But you know how we do, we keep it simple, right? Business is made simple around these parts because we
That's
like
right.
things that are one, simple, two, fun, and three, of course, profitable. So, um, we're going to talk about how to price your virtual services. This is like by far one of the most asked questions in our group of VAs that we have, because when you're first starting out, you do not know what the price is. You see all these people saying, I mean, you can make $10,000 a month and you could do this and you could do that, which you can. Yes, you can.
You can be $1 million VA, baby. Yes,
Yes,
you can.
Yes. But there is a process to get there. And that's the part that they kind of slide right on past.
Toya, that's a big old butt, girl. That's a big old butt.
You got to scoot past a lot to get.
Okay.
Janet, that was for you, baby.
Oh,
I had to bring the Janet vibes in the room. So, yes. So that's some stuff that they scoot on by and they don't really tell you about that. So we're going to dive deep into that today because it's a very important part of how you're going to not only price yourself, but actually achieve the price. Like, it's one thing to just throw a number out in the air, but if you do it the way we're telling you, you're not only going to get it, but they'll be happy to give it to you. Okay.
Thank you, Mama Dortra. So glad that you woke up to hang out with us today. We appreciate it. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Thank you.
Love you.
Love you. Awesome. So let's get into it, sis. So the first thing we talked about was assessing your skill set, I think, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is one of the first things that we have our ladies do. You have to figure out what skill do you have that's valuable. I mean, a lot of us come from different backgrounds. So, I mean, you may have a skill that just because you know how to do it doesn't mean it's valuable to somebody else. I know how to tie my shoes, but is someone going to pay me to tie their shoes? You know, like you have to assess the skills that you have and see what's profitable. So I write down a whole list of all the things that I know how to do. I mean, everything, write it down. But you're going to pick the top, I say the top three most profitable things that keep a company going. If they don't have this, it stops money flow because that's what people will pay for help with. Things that stop money flow.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, assess your skill set, and great. It's wonderful if you love, going through people's emails. If you love, that's what you enjoy doing it. But you got to make sure that that's something that people really, really want, and they're going to really, really pay the money that you need, to sustain yourself and to grow your business and all that. You got to make sure that it matches. I like to call it a market match. It's great. You love to do this certain thing, but make sure that the market wants it. Like, they really, really want it,
Mm-hmm. Let's take that one because I know a lot of people like that one. Oh, I can manage your email box because, true indeed, that does get out of hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That does get out of hand. But guess what about that would be even more profitable? The person that writes those emails, the person that actually knows the verbiage that goes in those emails. Yes, I definitely need someone's eyeballs in my email box because I am busy, out conquering the world. And I would love to have someone that's in there looking at my emails, making sure, I don't have anything, my business isn't burning down through the email. But guess what? Those emails have to get created some type of way. And that sales copy that goes in there, chef's kiss, priceless. It needs to be on point. It needs to talk to my customer it needs to sound like me. They need to feel me through that email. And that takes a certain skill. So while you're managing that email inbox, I would probably brush up on my copy skills so that then you can upsell your person into writing those emails for them. That's a more profitable thing to do.
And the reason why Toya knows that because we've been in the game a little while and we see it. We see the person who does just does the email, which is kind of customer servicey. Yeah, it's needed, but the person who writes the copy, they make a lot more money. It's a creative thing, right? Everybody doesn't know how to write copy. So if you are good at writing email copy, website copy, copy for social media, that's a tip, you all. That is one of those services in our realm that makes a good chunk of money, and you can kind of have control over it. If you want to make $5,000 creating a email sequence. Yeah, that's something that happens in the industry. Absolutely, that's not out of control. I know $1 million copywriters, all they do is write emails for people.
Mm-hmm.
Is that her?
I know. I got so excited just now. I was like,
she must have heard us talking about big butts.
oh Lord, what's she in here for?
Let's see if she ready to come through. Hey, Janet.
I feel like this is a setup.
Janet, to see you.
What's the Toya? Not you, Latoya. What's this about? What did I walk in on?
What was your ears itching or something? Because I swear your name just was said like 2 minutes ago.
What was y'all saying about me?
It was good things, Janet. Toya said she's talking about her own self. She's talking in third person, but it's cool. So what had happened was, the topic today is pricing your services, for your virtual business.
I got one of those too, Booty.
Okay. And so with pricing your services, we were talking about that you can't just expect to get paid all this kind of monies if you had not been learned, if you have not learned what you need to do. And that's it. That's
no,
where we're at.
No, Janet, let me tell you what happened.
Yeah, I know that wasn't it, because Latoya was over there on her chair like.
What had happened was,
tell me the truth. Shame the devil.
You know how people say, "Oh, you can make $10,000 as a VA," but they scoot on past the fact that you actually have to have a valuable service in order to make that money, right?
That is correct.
So when I said the word "scoot on past," she said, "Ooh, that's a lot of scooting," right? And so I started doing it. I said, you gotta do that. And I said, "Oh yes, that was for Janet. That was for Janet."
Oh,
what are you saying?
So you trying to say
joke, and included your name in it.
And a wonderful, wonderful show we have for you today. Praise the Lord. Is your service valuable? That is something that is really, really important. And people do scoot on past that, for real.
Toya Glenn, I am coming back to your sick germ self. Thank God for Henry.
I do.
Thank God for Henry Glenn. Thank God. Okay, so I'm gonna just do that. Good afternoon, beautiful people. I apologize for my tardiness. Yes, I am Janet, and yes, that is true. It is very true. You do need a valuable service, and even sometimes with that valuable service, people sometimes don't equate your value to the money that you're asking. Now that's on them. They could either take the service or they could not take the service. But it is true. You have to have a service, and you have to have a service that provides a needs and meets that client pain point. Now, when we say that, also you have to look at the clientele. If your service is a $5,000 service, you can't be talking to the clientele that only makes $200 a month. They can't equate, they can't see, they can't. You have to talk to those that are making the surplus of what you are making, so that they can see why the investment in you is $5,000. When you want a good meal and you want to go sit down and have drinks, you're gonna go to what? The chops, I'm not saying Red Lobster, but the nice steakhouse, etc., etc. Right. If you just want a quick snack and you need to get over, you're gonna run to the Mickey D's or the Chick-fil-A's. Mm-hmm. Well, Chick-fil-A might be up there, but so you have to consider that when you're talking to a business owner. Yeah. If you're with a business owner who, well, I just need a little social media, which you can't have a little social media, but in their mind, they think that I just need a little social media to get me through the month. Well, baby, a little social media can't, because social media is a planning process. First, we have to know what you want. We have to then, after we understand what you want, then we have to plan accordingly. Then after we plan accordingly, then we can populate. That's not a little month thing that happens. So you have to know what the services you want. And then if I'm a person of caliber and I think, well, my value of my social media services is $2,000, you already said little. So I already know where your mindset is. You not, I thank you for this time. I want you to know I enjoyed meeting you. But however, we are not in the same. Now, if you go to somebody who's a 10,000 a month business and oh, I need some help with my social media. I really want to revamp my plan. I really want to go this focus because I want to increase my business by another 10,000. Then this is the person that you need to talk to because you're going to be able to tell them, okay, well, this is what you want to do. This is how we go execute. And this is the result you're going to get. And this is why my services is worth $3,000 a month, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You understand,
baby?
Is there anything else to say in the show? I feel like Jen just got us. That was amazing
right there.
Amazing, Janet. Thank you. Yes.
So that's why it has to equate out. It has to have a balance. And if there's no balance, then that's where and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the mom and pop does not want their services, but you have to know who your target market is.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Do they have that? And are they willing to pay that? Because, there's the people who sit on the hill who have a lot of money. Hey, we always see every year some billionaire ain't pay their taxes. They got the money, but they ain't pay their taxes. So we can't say neither mom and pop or billionaire that they don't have the money. It's sometimes they don't want to pay because in their mind, they can't comprehend that your value is actually worth it.
I totally agree. It's about mindset, right, Janet? Because there's some mom and pops that they may not have it, but they will do whatever they got to do, even if it's a credit card, whatever, because they see the value, So it is about mindset.
Small and say, well, I only want the planning process of the social media. Give me 2 months, then I can come to the execution. Or they just want to have the conversation, even if you just want to charge them for the conversation. That's all. Pick your brain. That's worth value.
Yeah.
You just have to know where you are and what you want and who you're talking to.
That's right. And I think, Toya, in our research, we were talking about with these pricing, some things you just may not be able to accept when it's lower because you got to factor in all these things as an entrepreneur. You got to factor in, what don't we get anymore? Sick pay. Yeah.
Benefits. All the benefits are gone. Yeah. That's on you to pay those benefits now. So you have to calculate that into your price too.
Yeah, most definitely.
And then you have to know your wear and tear from working here or working in corporate America. Your wear and tear as an entrepreneur is you may work longer hours. Corporate America, you could go in and do what you're supposed to do 9 to 5 and be like, I'm out.
Yeah.
But for your business, you can't be like, I'm out. Because if you don't do what that client needs, you might have to stay up a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. So that's wear and tear on you.
Yeah.
Equate.
Speaking of wear and tear, I have found it that I have to do a whole lot more work. It's more arduous. It's harder for the smaller clients like that pay me the less money. They want everything. They want you to do everything for $50, So that is something I've learned time. It hasn't changed. Anybody who has paid me a little bit of money, for the most part, they want the world.
But I think, and this is not my niche, so I'm not saying this, but I think maybe somewhere down the road, there needs to be United Black Chambers or small business. There needs to be some type of, how they do the business plan class? Mm-hmm. There needs to be some type of class that can say for those type of people, social media is this, and this, and it equates to this, and this, and depending upon the person that you get, ... Planning or financial, just how they say when you become in, you need to have 5 banks and you need to have a financial planner to make sure you're not misappropriating and cross. I think they need to be more educated because when I come and I find myself saying, okay, I want to open this business and say I want to, I don't know, sell pottery. It's my passion that has drove me to say, I got a lot of compliments on this pottery. Let me open this business. But sometimes my passion for my business is not my knowledge for my business. And someone needs to come in and It's just if I can go in and speak to that pottery owner and be like, okay, well, in order for you to execute good customer service, we need to make sure that we have an open line of communication. Your office hours needs to be from 9 to 6, and you need to make sure you have email, and you need to make sure that we respond within 24 hours, and we need to have some type of billing form. Da da da. So I can set them on the path, but I don't have the knowledge to tell them how to spun the pottery. So they need knowledge just like we need that. Do you understand what I mean? And I think we so focus on telling people, go ahead, your passion, open your business, but we don't give them the knowledge of what to do after they open the pottery. Okay, you're gonna get the pottery, you got the clay. What I do now? You need to advertise. Who gonna come buy the pottery? Well, what does advertising look like? Well, social media is one thing. TV ads are another. They need that information, and I think that's where the disperse or the lack of connect is. Why mom and pops are $50 in because they don't see the long term. Once again, mindset.
You better say that, Janet. Janet came through with knowledge today, y'all.
And the big button, I cannot lie.
That part. Oh goodness. So guys, we are all virtual service providers. And one of the big things, right, is hourly versus packages. So what say you? What say you?
Listen, I am a firm believer that I got out of the 9 to 5 mindset so that I could get out of the 9 to 5 mindset. I do not want to think about nothing hourly when it comes to my business. I have already thought of the amount that I want to make per month. Therefore, when I am pricing my services, I have that number in mind. I know how many clients I need to achieve that number. And that is how I price my business. It's a flat rate for this service that I'm doing. And according to what service it is, if it's social media, bam, that's the price. I'm not taking nothing lower than that for any social media that I'm doing. Or if I'm helping build the website, I have a flat rate of where I'm starting at, depending on how much help you need, on what I'm willing to accept for that type of work. Any type of media marketing, any of that stuff that I'm doing, I already have the number in my head of what I want to make for my household. So just like Toya said earlier, you have to factor in that you're working for yourself. So your benefits, that's your cost. The cost to keep these lights on, this internet going, all of that needs to be calculated, and you have to come up with that pricing so that you know what number is your target that you're trying to make. Now, can you get that number out of one client? Maybe. Again, that depends on how valuable the skill is. If all you're doing is checking an inbox and you trying to make $5,000 a month checking an inbox, it's probably a good bit of inboxes you need to check to get to that $5,000. But like we told you earlier, it's very valuable if you know how to write sales copy. That can put a higher price tag on it, and you may not need that many clients to get to whatever that target number you're trying to make. So that's why no one person can tell you how to price your business. Stop looking for someone to tell you that should only cost $300. That should only cost $500. One, you don't live in your household, so we don't know how much your bills are. Can't tell you that, but you know, and you know your skill set. So you know that if your skill set is maybe not up to par, maybe you just dabble in that skill, like you know your way around that skill. Like I know my way around Excel, but will I ever offer that as a top-notch service? Heck to the no. I will jack that thing up. But can I do Excel? Yes, I can. You know what I mean? But if somebody say, can you do my content strategy? Oh, I got you. I got you all day long. I can do that without even thinking about it. That's how you need to think about your skills. What mama said? Yes, that's how you do it. Stick with your prices. Hey, they can't go to McDonald's and give them a price for their food. You know they were. That's right. I say don't let people haggle you. If you decide to make that decision, like we've had plenty of clients that it comes on your heart to say, you know what, I'm going to help this person. I'm going to give them a little discount because one, I see a different value in this. I know that this person may be well connected and I want to get into their circle of people, maybe. Or this person actually knows more about a different subject that I want to learn. So now I'm like, maybe we can work something out here because you know something and I know something. Let's exchange. You see what I'm saying? So you got to work that. You got to work that out. No one can tell you how to run your business but you. That's why we're here, to be the boss of ourselves.
Love it. What say you, Janet? Hourly versus packages.
I'm on the different side of the spectrum. I think depending upon the services you provide, maybe, okay, so let me just say, for me, I do customer service. So my calls per hour may depend on where I'm doing call out research or I'm receiving calls. So that's why that may be an hourly service. If you're having me do call out research, then I'm just calling and getting research, and that can equate to 20 calls an hour, depending upon how much information I got to ask the individual on the other end, or that can account to 5 calls an hour if I'm asking very detailed questions that you got an answer. And the other end of that is receiving calls. If you're a busy business and I'm getting a lot of calls per hour, so that's where the difference may equate. But all my other services are packages because those things can be lumped together. Each field, I mean, virtual providers is one thing, but then you go into individual entities, and those individual entities, the services that they provide, those are the things that have to be, whether it can be a package or hourly. Maybe someone who draws, maybe they want to be paid by the hour because of how much in-depth time they spend on a drawing, as opposed to say, I'll create a drawing and that drawing is going to be 700. So everybody has different things on what they measure their value and their prices for. But for me in my business, I stray away from hourly because I enjoy packages more. To me, it gives you more robust, more cushion. But I can do hourly, depending upon the service that you need.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Calls, first of all, calls is a whole nother world, whole nother beast. But Jenny, you do that so well, Jesus.
But you
Yes,
know
sir.
how your content strategy, in your brain.
Yes.
Calls is what I mean. I get told a lot. First, they don't believe I'm a real person. I don't know how you don't hear all this nasal and you don't think I'm a real person. But anyway, then the two is I be told that I sound like I'm a 900 caller.
Cause she get that seduction going on. Yes, sweetheart. I just think this is X, Y, and Z.
Hey, handsome. That's
Hello,
what it is.
yes.
I mean,
How are you doing
you
today?
never know, the person on the other line could be having a bad day. So it's, even though I'm calling for a need, I want to enlighten you. I want to brighten you. That's good customer service, and that may bring you back to me. So that's the way I think about. But it amazes me how people. But just how you know your content strategy,
That's right.
that's how I know my calls.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm with you. I packages. I feel like it's easier for the customer to. It's just. I think it's easier when there's just packages. This is what it's gonna be for the month. Let's roll. Let's do it. And that's the easiest. So when I typically, if I do hourly, it's because I'm learning something new. Me, the client, and I both know, hey, this is something I'm learning new. I take a lower rate, and like I'll pay me $15 an hour so I can learn how to do this, that, and the other. I'll do that, and I'll do that in hourly. But that's typically it. Or if I'm a subcontractor with another company, blah 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 blah. I don't have as much control, and they do hourly. I'm open to that. I don't have to really do nothing but just show up and do the work. I'll do hourly in those cases as well. So that's me. So I think I love this little segment because it's all about what works best for you and your client, and you just got to think about it. You got to put everything in consideration. As Toya talked about, all the different things that as an employee, as not being an employee, we don't get sick pay, we don't get maternity leave, all that kind of stuff. you got to put all those things in consideration when you do your pricing. And whatever works best for you, and try it. If hourly, you want to try it out hourly. Sometimes it's good to try it hourly just to see how long it takes you to do things. Like it took me a minute to understand how long it really takes me to do social media management for someone. I know now I have packages for it, right? Mm-hmm. But some things I don't know, I may like, let's just, and especially if they're we're working to, let's see, like a trial run with the client, I may do hourly until we can develop a package that works for them. So great conversation there. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. So what else? Anything else as it relates to pricing? Anybody have any questions? Mama Dorch, anybody else out there have any questions about pricing? What do you think is the best? Let us know what you think is the best. What do you do, hourly or packages? Mm-hmm. Yes. And, Janet, you talked about, you wish there was something in place to help people to, do that kind of stuff. I want people to know and understand that here at VASL, we're all part of the virtual assistant learning community. And we definitely work and learn and serve, and we can help you develop that together. We can work together with you individually and help you work on your packaging. That's something that we do.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but with you leading it, because it is your business, but we're here to support you and help you based on what works for us and our experience in creating packages and all that jazz. Yes.
Yes. I was trying to think, did we leave anything out? Because we had a couple of things that we had mentioned before we came on.
And one thing I'd like to say is Toya brought up a good point a few minutes ago about she did something less because she was learning. Oh, there is nothing wrong. As we all say, I'm sorry, this is my grandbaby.
No, we got it. You can do this.
As we all say, this is your business. We can't reiterate that enough times over and over and over. You know how there's a recipe and there's about 50,000 ways to make mac and cheese. But some mac and cheese is so good.
I don't know, cuz. Baby, you need to make it like my mama make it. You need to make it how Wendy Barner make it.
There's some mac and cheese that's okay. And then there's some mac and cheese that is. Everybody has their own way.
But why do you pick mac and cheese of all things?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just saying, everybody has their own recipe to success.
Amen.
Do the recipe that makes you feel comfortable. If the recipe for you in your first 6 months is hourly, then recipe away with hourly. If the first year is hourly and you're only doing $20 an hour, do the recipe that it works for you, because that is the recipe that is going to bring you value. That is the recipe.
Bless you.
My apologies. That is the recipe that's going to make you a household name. That is the recipe that's going to make you sought after. Do the recipe that works for you. If for right now, all you want to do is hourly because you want to work 5 hours, but you want to spend the next 3 hours or so of your day networking by going in and providing value in Facebook groups, then do that. If you want to do a package and you know how to do whatever your packages are that still leaves you enough time to net, do your recipe that equals your success. Not Toya's, not Latoya's, not Janet. Do yours, and that's how you'll know where you are.
I also want to piggyback on exactly what she just said. There's a missing little small element missing from that. Do your research on your industry, because just like she said, yes, you can make that recipe look the way you want it to look, right? But one thing for sure, macaroni has what? Macaroni and cheese has what? Noodles and cheese. You definitely need to have the basics in there. Noodles and cheese. You have to have that, because now if you come with, I don't know, zucchini noodles, and cheese. You're gonna stand out, yes.
Oh my goodness.
But you are gonna have to work pretty hard to convince people.
Me, why I should be having
Why
zucchini
should we
noodles
eat
and
eggs?
provolone cheese, and you telling me this is mac and cheese?
My
Okay,
Lord.
yes.
Not saying that it can't be done.
Exactly, because there's probably somebody out there for you. That's
I make a nice vegan mac and cheese with the vegan cheese.
That's right.
I may, but I had to work at it.
But if
it
your
wasn't no
target
overnight.
audience is somebody like me, I am looking for an elbow macaroni and some sharp cheddar cheese in there somewhere.
Sharp cheddar cheese.
Cheddar. And she wants the cheddar cheese that you grate.
That's right.
You
got
to have a little cup marks on your fingers, you know.
That's what, but see, that goes back to what we said, knowing your audience and all that. But please do the research. Do the research. Yeah. What does your market look like? What is the going rate already out there? Because you might not have to beat your head up against the wall too hard. The price is already out there, the going rate. Now, who's to say that you have to be lower, higher, anything, but you're going to be in that playing field. So.
Yeah, that's good. And one thing that you talked about earlier, it might have been before the show, we talked about being an expert. Like, I understand if you want to come from just reading emails to becoming a copywriter, writing copy for email, but you have to spend time becoming an expert at that. At the beginning of the pandemic, I became a live stream producer. I didn't know what to do at the beginning. I paid people thousands of dollars to learn how to do it. And I watched them, and I've done hundreds of shows. And that's why I can call myself an expert in my space and I'm part of it, just producing the shows in a particular software, StreamYard, because I've spent so much time doing it. And so that's why I don't flinch as asking certain prices for certain things. So you must become an expert at your craft if you want to get premium prices. You really, and if you're not the expert, you're hiring somebody to do the work that's an expert. So just keep that in mind. You may want to get paid $5,000 to create copy. Well, you got to be really good at it if you want to command that price.
And it looks like we have a question from Mama Dorch.
Okay, let's bring that up. Mama Dorch.
There's one before that one.
Okay.
She said, hey, how can I retrieve an email? Well, I put it in the wrong email for something. I can't remember the password for it. Oh, sweetie, you gotta reset that. You may need to call me. I got you, Mama.
Call Toya, Mama Dorch. She's gonna take care of you. Yes. Yes.
And then what was the other question?
This is a comment.
One that make you. Oh, this is a comment. Okay. Do the one that make you money, but bring them back more and more. Yes. Yes. That's right. Yeah.
That's right.
But yes, that is the gist of what we just wanted to make sure, because we get that question a lot. And I know it's a lot of information out here, especially when you first start. It's quite overwhelming. People throw a lot of things at you. There's always a coach in the background that is trying to coach your life on how to get to where they are, but they're missing pieces. And you know what? Information is good. Suck it all in. But at some point, you're going to have to figure out how to apply that to your business. That's the part that gets a little misunderstood.
Mm-hmm.
It does. Yeah. It does. Because you're soaking in all this information and you're just like throwing stuff against the wall to see what sticks for you. And it's not it. Mm-mm. So yes, anywho, I hope y'all got a lot out of this, because this is a very popular subject in this industry.
Yeah.
Brace yourself. If you have any additional questions, make sure to put them in the comments. We will definitely still answer them even after the show is over.
Ain't that true?
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
And guys, we want you to remember to check out the VAWorldConference.com. Again, that is the VAWorldConference.com. Subjects like we talked about today: pricing, your services, how to get started as a virtual service provider. We're going to be talking about that kind of stuff in the conference. This is the second annual conference. We're really excited. We've got more and more. We got Nakia Whitaker-Woody. She is the founder of the VA World Conference, and she's added even more like goodies, like giveaways and stuff this year. So check it out. Early bird prices only like $25, $20, $30, something like that.
And time is running out.
Yeah.
The early bird prices going.
Yes. And that is the VA World Conference. And we're going to be at the VA World Conference. We're a sponsor this year, right? So we're going to have a little conversation. Team. Yeah. So hopefully Janet can scoop her big old butt up and come with us. I'm excited about the conference. Anything else tonight? Anything else we discuss? Because if our hearts and minds are clear.
Y'all make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join us right back here every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye.
Hi, and welcome to Soultiful.